Make your own energy gel. Okay. This is what you're going to need for one batch. This is what I use for one batch. You need a teaspoon of calcium, right? So that's made by Albion. It's got calcium, potassium, phosphorus in it. Great stuff. This is what, like a 12-ounce bag. I don't actually know if they make and distribute this anymore. I'll have to check. I used to buy it off Amazon. I couldn't find it there today. So you may have to buy it in bulk, but even 12 ounces lasts you a long time. I hesitate to think how long. Certainly 5 pounds would be a lifetime supply, but I'm sure you can find it somewhere else online. Salt, of course. No salt. So all no salt is potassium, right? So this just adds potassium to the mix. And magnesium. 5 ounces of water is the base, and then a cup of glucose / dextrose. This is just Now Nutrition dextrose powder. So not required, but this is the caffeine source and the flavoring. If that's what you want, you can add some of this to get some caffeine in there. I like it that way. And I like the flavor. If you don't want the caffeine, you can just use the flavoring. If you don't like either, and you just want to chug down dextrose all day, hey, go for it. To me, the taste of dextrose is kind of, I don't know, sickly sweet. I don't really like it. So I like to put a little flavor in there, and this is just, Walmart generic brand. They have a bunch of different flavors. There's scads of these out there, so pick the one you'd like. And then this should make enough to fill up one of these. This is a Nathan, probably 10 ounce. It's got markings on the back up to 7 ounce. So maybe it's I don't know how many ounces it is, but this is the batch you'll get. And a squirt out of here is about an ounce. I'll take a squirt every 20 minutes. Get about 8 squirts out of here, so you can do the math. But part of the reason for making this at home is you can vary the recipe or the concentration to match your tolerances or your tastes. So, what I do is a guideline, but you should find your own way, your own dose, your own tolerance. If you do the math on all this stuff, this is the most expensive component. It costs about $1 for what's in here. Okay, but if you do the math, if you say there's 8 servings in here, works out to be about 17.8 cents per serving. Each serving is going to have about 70 calories in it. 30 milligrams of calcium, 24 milligrams of magnesium, 120 milligrams chloride, 80 milligrams sodium, 58 milligrams potassium, 60 milligrams phosphorus. Right, so those are the things I like to have in my energy gels. It's tough to find an energy gel that has that in it, and if you do, it's going to cost $1 or more a pop. Okay, so it's kind of expensive. You wind up spending $8-9 just to find out if you like the stuff, just to find out if you're going to tolerate it, right? So it gets to be an expensive exercise. The real value of doing this is you get exactly the energy gel / goo that you like and that you can tolerate, and it's inexpensive to find that sweet spot. Okay, so here's how you do it. Okay, start with 5 ounces of water. Can you really dissolve a cup of glucose and all the rest of the stuff in 5 ounces of water? Yeah, you'll see that you can. Now, I've already heated this water up. It was just boiling a minute ago. Add to the water 1 teaspoon of the calcium. Next, add some salt, 1/4 teaspoon, and then a little bit more. 1/4 teaspoon, and then a 1/16 of a teaspoon. Done with the salt. Then you're going to want 1/8 of a teaspoon of no salt. Be able to get this at Walmart or just about any place. Order it online. What the heck? This will last you forever. And then a 1/16 teaspoon of magnesium. This is a magnesium citrate product that I bought in bulk online. Do purebulk.com. Mix all that stuff up. Doesn't look like it, but trust me, it's gonna mix. Okay. Make sure we get it all in there. I'll take some water and rinse this out to make sure we get it all. And if you don't mind the flavor, at this point you're basically done. You got to stir it for a while, or you can put it in a shaker and shake it up, and then put it in the bottle, and it's pretty much going to fill your bottle up. I like to add flavor and caffeine, a couple of squirts. Done. A little more water in here and try and get the good stuff out. And I may zap this in the microwave again to get it good and mixed up, but basically at this point you're done. I find that for me this is good for about maybe 2.5 hours of riding. So if I'm going to do a 100-mile event, I'll pack away a couple of these plus some solid food, and like I said, I'll take a sip out of this every 20 minutes. And I think that gets me, a little over 200 calories on an hourly basis, right? And for me, it's better to keep it going through my system rather than to slam it all down in 100 calorie or 200 calorie doses. It's better for me to break it up a little bit, and I find that works best. These fit great in your cycling pocket, and like I said, this works out to be about between 17 and 18 cents a dose. Okay, and if you want it, so let's say you find that taste is not agreeable, put in a different flavoring. Let's say you find out you don't like the caffeine, take it out. Let's say you want more caffeine, put more caffeine in. Let's say you think it's too much salt and electrolytes for you. Okay, cut it in half. Let's say your digestive tract is having trouble dealing with the carbs. Okay, cut the carbs in half. Let's say you feel like you can use more carbs. Okay, put more carbs in. And the whole time you want to experiment with all that stuff, the cost per dose is not going to deviate much from 17, 18 cents. So for between 15 and 20 cents a serving, you can find out and dial in exactly what you want, and test it out on multiple rides, so you know what you have and you know what you like when you come into race day. So one less thing you have to worry about on race day.